Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you could join me on this journey of mine as I explore myself and my thoughts and everything that's happening around me. So yeah, very grateful for you to be here. Today I want to talk about something that's been very close to my heart, something that I've thought about quite a lot in the last few years, especially, and before that as well, but especially in the last few years, and it's something that's really close to me. And to speak about that, I'll start off with a personal anecdote, personal story. So when I was 12 years old, I lost my best friend to a car crash. He was also 12, around 12. And I remember seeing his dead body and just thinking to myself, because I didn't have a conception of what death really meant at that point in time. And thinking to myself, will I ever see him again? What's going to happen? Like, when will he come? Will he come back? When will he come back? When will I see him? And this was on a Sunday. So he passed away on a Sunday. So on the Monday, the next day, I went to school, and he used to sit right at the back of the class, and I saw the empty chair. And again, I thought to myself, what's happening here? Like, will he ever come back? And obviously, as a 12-year-old, I didn't really appreciate death as much as you would now as an adult, right? So I know that the answer to my question, when will I ever see him, is I'll never see him until I cross over to the other side, which is a fact of life, right? So it's just the way life is. You have to cross over the bridge to the other side, and that's just what happens. You can't control it, you can't fight it, it's going to happen, right? So it's just part and parcel of life. And as a 12-year-old child, like I said, I didn't really understand what it really means. But if you think about it, death is that portal that takes us from this world to the next world, regardless of what you believe in terms of the next world. But the whole point of it is the life in this world is limited. In fact, I don't even know if I'll finish this video, for that matter. If I'll reach the end of this video, or if death will come and take me before the end of the video. It's possible. It's very possible. Like we go around life thinking that we're going to live forever, but actually we aren't. If you look in the olden times, cemeteries were actually in the middle of the town, of the village, and so people went to the markets, went around their business, but they had a constant reminder right in the middle of town that there's a cemetery there. This is where your eventual return is. Your future is going to be in this cemetery. And if you look at churches as well, olden churches, the graves were at the front of the churches, again as a pertinent reminder that death is right there. It's right there. It's waiting for you. And this is not meant to make us morbid, not to make us feel like, oh my God, I'm going to die. What am I going to do? Why am I'm going to be so scared? But it's meant to make us realize the fleeting nature of this life, one. And two is, if life is so fleeting, then why am I scared of doing what I should be doing? Achieving my purpose, achieving my goal in life, and all of that stuff. I'll probably speak about goals and purpose in life in a different video, but in a different episode. But in this episode, I just want to talk about the fact that we are all going to die. And given that we are going to die, why are we so scared of stepping out of our comfort zones and doing things we are scared of doing only because we've never done it before? We are scared of what other people are going to think of us. They're going to judge us. We might fail. We might end up miserably. It might be a disaster. We're scared of all of these things, but in reality, we are going to die anyway. So why not do the thing? And if it fails, it fails. You're going to die anyways. If it doesn't fail, then amazing. Like you've done something that you've never done before, and you've learned from it and grown as a person. So that's the one thing I've taken away from the reminder of death. The fact that I shouldn't be scared of doing the things I should be doing in this world. Stepping out of my comfort zone, doing what's uncomfortable, because only by doing what's uncomfortable am I going to rise to the heights that I need to rise to. And even something like making this video, I was terrified. I still am terrified of making a video like this, because I'm scared of what people will think of me, people judging me. I just the things I say, the kind of the way I say it. But in reality, I shouldn't be worried or scared of anything, because at the end of the day, I am going to die. And if I'm going to die, none of this will matter anyways. So why not try it and know that you've done the thing, and feel satisfied that you've actually done the thing. And even if you failed, you've tried. You either succeed or you die trying, as I say. Go big or go home, right? So that you just go for it. So that's one side of death. The other side is, so let's say I had a really tough day at work and I'm really down in the dumps and I'm struggling with life and everything else. In reality, this world is just a glimpse, just a glimmer of what is to come, right? This world is short-lived, whereas the hereafter is or whatever is to come. If you believe in a hereafter, if you don't believe in a hereafter, you still know that there is an end point, right? And that is the point that we're going to reach to. I'd like to share a story, an anecdote. This is a story of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Ali ibn Abi Talib was the grandson of the Prophet of Islam. And the story goes that Ali was walking in the graveyard, in the cemetery, and with his companions, and he was looking at the graves, and he would point to some graves and say, oh, that guy was a philosopher, that guy was a poet, that guy was a mystic, that guy was a scholar. And his companions were confused. They were like, but I think you're mistaken, because we know that guy there, he was no poet. That guy was a loafer. He would just hang around in the markets up to no good and just wasted his life. That guy was no scholar. Ali just looked at his companions and smiled, and he said, I'm not talking about what they did. I'm talking about the potential they had, what they could have become. And I think for me that is very sad. The fact that I die without having realized my potential in life is truly, truly sad. It's a very sad state of being, of existence, where you actually die not having lived the life you wanted to live, not the life someone else asked you to live or forced you to live. Right? We get forced to go in certain directions and do certain things in life because everyone else in society forces us. But in reality, this is our life. We are the CEO of our own lives, and we should call the shots. We should direct our lives. And if our life is difficult, it is up to us to take ourselves out of the difficulty, because the CEO is in charge. If life is failing, it's the CEO who's in charge, and it's his responsibility to take the failing life out of misery into bliss, into success. So I think that's really important when it comes to death, the two-pronged approach, where you say, I won't be scared to do the thing that I should be doing. I have to do, come out of my comfort zone because I know I'm going to die. And two is, given that I'm going to die, if things go wrong, if life is hard, don't worry, you're going to die anyways. And I think that's really important. And this whole remembrance of death is not something new. So if you look at the Stoics, and if you look at Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, for example, death was a central component of their life. They always thought about death. They discussed death. In fact, if you Google memento mori is a Latin word, the concept of the reminder of death. So Ryan Holiday is a famous author, has come up with coins, has produced coins of the memento mori logo. So the logo is just basically a skull. A skull with basically just a skull on a coin, and the whole point is you carry that coin with you in your wallet or in your pocket or wherever, and the coin is meant to remind you of the fact that you are going to die. And I know people will think that's a bit morbid, to think that you constantly thinking of death, but that's not actually morbid. That's basically giving you confidence and power to do things that you should be doing, that you have to do, because you're going to die anyways. So why would I be scared? Why would I not do the thing only because I'm scared? Because I'm going to die anyways. And once I die, the people who judge me or everything else that really, really mattered at that point in time will matter no longer. But the experience that I had of the thing I did, or the sense of self-satisfaction that I had from doing the thing, will stay with me forever, even after I pass on to this world. So I hope this is a good pertinent reminder for myself especially, and for everyone else, that death is something that we should constantly remember and remind ourselves, because that will help us to make sure that we do the thing that we're supposed to do. And what is the thing that we're supposed to do? That is going to be a discussion for another time. But for now, I just want to take the lesson from death, that death should stop us from procrastinating and stop us from not doing the thing that we should be doing, and start taking action. Thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, see you soon.